My name is Abina Johnson, and this is Focus on Liberia. Hit it! From Cape Mount to Cape Palmer, Mount Nimba to Atlantic Ocean, Obomi Hills to Pocondre, to educate, elevate, and promote. Talk about home affairs, in diaspora, current affairs, reliable information, history, talking about culture, politics, education, entertainment, business, sports, advertisement, articulation. Focus on Liberia. Focus on Liberia. Focus on Liberia. From Monday to Sunday.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this special edition of Focus on Liberia. My name is Dennis Jar, and we are broadcasting from Atlanta, Georgia. Today, I have with me the chairman of the Senate Staffers Association. He's also the deputy director of press and public affairs at the Senate, Mr. Charles Browne. If you remember, he was the one leading the legislative staff singing, "Judge, we are go." So we are so excited to have Charles. Of late, he has been protesting at the Senate. Mr. Browne, we are so happy to have you. Welcome to Focus on Liberia.
Thank you. Thank you to the family of our Focus on Liberia. I'm happy, I'm overjoyed to tell the world what is unfolding currently at the Liberian Senate, the legislature in totality. So it's a pleasure again to be on your network, and thank you for building up this network.
Thank you so much. We want to welcome all our viewers across the globe. We know that the 54th legislature is ending, and we'll soon get into 55th. They have to confirm, they have to do some work, but there is something that is happening. I will play you a short clip of what is unfolding or what has been going on at the Senate, and right there you will see Mr. Charles Browne talking, and then you can get a gist of what we are going to be talking about today. Take a listen.
Welcome. How are you doing?
Thank you, Mr. Prince Morba, for acknowledging that the staff have taken charge of the building.
You are taking charge?
We have taken charge.
Today, let's get the camera around. As you can see, viewers across the world, this is Focus on Liberia TV.
Yes.
This is a Senate wing of the Capitol building. The place is absolutely clear of senators. So staffers you can see here. So Charlie says the staffers are taking charge of the Senate wing. Go ahead.
The grounds of the Senate wing have been captured in our revolutionary terminology on the basis of constitutional
You are
facts.
smiling.
Yeah,
Why are you
I'm
smiling?
smiling because I got the support of the staffers on the basis of my transparency with them. So once I say, Prince Morba, leave the place, the people will take you out of the place.
Okay.
Today we just amend our actions by saying no senator their own offices and things. What they coming to do here when they are already crooked us. So as you can see, today is day 2. No senator. They tried to sling in. We pull out Senator Bodo Cannon. We pull out Dr. Henry Topa from the Bon County. We pull out Senator Simeon Taylor. And they are now seeking refuge at the UL campus. There where they will be. We're not going to allow them in here to do any illegal thing under the law because we are not.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was Mr. Charles Browne. So before, let's start with this little bit about yourself. I know you are working at the Senate. You are also the chairman of the Senate Staffers Association and deputy director of press and publication. a little bit more about yourself, Charlie.
Thank you. My name is Charles Browne. Both family, my mother and father from Clay and that of Senya District. A two-time contestant for a representative post in District Number 1, Bomi County. Currently, I got a degree in public administration, political science, and I live Broadville, Parley. Spend most of my time in the plantation where I was born. Currently, I'm in Bar. I'm the third born for my mother, the first born for my father. I'm Gola by tribe. An employee of the Liberian Senate, like you said.
Thank you. And what specifically are you doing at the Senate? And tell me a little bit about this Senate Staffers Association.
This Senate Staffers Association came about when we were being harmonized illegally. But then we needed a group to serve as a pressure force to make some of the bad things that the leaders that we elect go to the capital to do. That illegal harmonization today was one of the factors for President we had to lose election. Civil servant hold that against him. And we've been championing the cause of staffer. It's almost like a workers' union.
Okay.
Because to every workplace, you must establish a union that will make some unfair labor practices in terms of what will be mutilated against the workers of that institution. So what we did, instead of organizing ourselves under the union, we decided to organize the Staffers Association, and I was overwhelmingly elected in the capacity by my colleagues, meaning the reason why under the establishment of the Senate Staffers Association, we don't give it to personal staffer, because personal staffer can be controlled or dismissed at the will and pleasure of the senator that you work for. But I'm a civil servant. You must dismiss me in keeping with the civil servant law, of the civil servant standing laws. Then you can deal with me. So the position chairman is being given to, at most sometime for independence state, you give it to central administration staff. While it's true that personal staffer can get it, but we feel that the personal staffer can be intimidated by a boss, because you are being employed by the will and pleasure of the senator or the representative directly. But we are civil servant, so the civil servant laws cover all. So basically, the Senate Staffers Association was created to speak for the rest of the staffer at the grounds of the capital, the Senate wing.
Thank you. So since the formation, what has been your track record? What has been some of the things you've been up to? What have you accomplished as a Senate Staffers Association? I know we are building this up.
What we have accomplished over the years is a positive engagement with the Senate leadership headed by Senator Albert Tukbeche from Grand Crew, along with the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, Joao Taylor, because she's the President of the Senate. When they did the illegal harmonization, our salary was being cut illegally 1 year, which was 12 months. So when we funded this group, we ensured that the salary that were being cut for the 1 year were given through retroactive payment. So last year, December, the least staffer were being signed for 400 plus United States dollars, because they pay those monies in 3 installments. They pay the first one immediately 2 weeks after our protest at the time. They pay the second one in 6 months after. Then last year, December, they did the final payment. We've been championing the issue of the sanitary condition at the Capitol building. It will interest you to know that every budget there is maintenance costs. But you go at the Capitol building, people are urinating behind the building. Bathrooms are closed just because of water. So we've been championing that. And again, I can tell you, for every opening of the legislature, every session since we funded the Staffers Association, all of the bathrooms being open, They are now functioning. You talk about the cleaning of the yard. Today, if you go to the Capitol building through the instrumentality of the chairperson, Charles Browne, the Capitol building are being cleaned because of the inauguration and because of the opening. By Tuesday, we'll be dissolving the 54th legislature, ushering the 55th next week, Monday, apart from tomorrow. The following Monday, the 55th will be inducted, where we'll be having the speaker and the pro tem election. So basically, we've been making some significant impact since we assume the responsibility as chairperson of the Staffers Association and the Liberian Senate.
Thank you. Who pays the staffers, like the personal staff and the one you talk about? Where does the pay come from? Is it from the senator himself? Is it from the national? How do you get paid?
The both personal and central administration staffer comes from the budgetary aspect. During the budgetary period, when the national budget is being passed, the place are under the two axes, meaning the House of Representatives staffer take pay through the budget, and the Senate staffer takes pay through the budget, through the Ministry of Finance. Both groups take pay from the budget. The people taxpayer money anyway, the Liberian poor money. So we all take pay from the Liberian poor money.
Who sign your pay? Is it what role does the senator or the representative have to play concerning your pay?
Our pay is being determined by the Ministry of Finance through CSA at the time, especially we are civil servant. Okay. But it being processed the same way you got the Ministry of Finance, we got our finance section here too. Okay. The process our pay enumerations respective to your positions, and at the end of every month they prepare the payroll. It's counted, checked by the human resource director, signatures by the secretary to that payroll, the pro tem, and the secretary of the Liberian Senate, along with the controller, along with the human resource director, and being sent to finance for processing. When finance does that, they send the payroll back for errors in terms of corrections and all the things. Then they send it back to the Ministry of Finance. Ministry of Finance do the disbursement to the various banks that pay every worker at the legislature.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking with the Senate Staffers Chairman or the spokesman, Mr. Charles Browne. So let's get to what's happening for, I think this the third day now. They are being protested at the Senate. What happened?
Yes, it is true. It is true. Today the third day, because as I speak, I deployed my men there yesterday in continuation of our quest. And today I deployed some men to keep watch, because I think the Senate don't want to live by the law. The law says the president called the legislature back for 20 days. By proclamation, we work for the first 10 days. In completion of the first 10 days, the president extended to another 10 days. In the proclamation, they said 10 working days, excluding Saturday, Sundays, and holiday. Okay. So meaning anything that is being done on Saturday and Sunday or holiday is illegal. And all workings of the legislature, they say it should be done at the Capitol building, except on the issue of emergency. In terms of national consent, you can decide, but they say within the city of Monrovia, not outside the city. So there are times when there's problem at the Capitol, we move to the Unity Conference Center. Now, we proceed. When the president extended, in fact, let me give you a back history. A month ago, while we were in the heat of the campaign, the president decided to call the legislature on national consent. It is a constitutional power of the president to withcall the legislature. Okay. When the legislature has been withcalled by the president of the Republic of Liberia, it is being on the basis of double payment. Meaning, if a man were to take pay in December and you call the legislature for 1 month in December, you pay him for a regular month, then you pay him for the extra work that you call the legislature for. So last month, while we were campaigning, all of the senators, including the rescue team senators, they abandoned their course, meaning the campaign. We all came and worked for that month. At the end of the day, the leadership of the Liberian Senate, held by Abbott Tukpeche, were brave to tell the staffer that they called themselves back. Instead of getting our 4-month salary, he was brave to give us $50 each as staff after we all worked for 1 month. So we accepted it, and we thought they were going to have a change in their thinking because it is the people that elect them. But all of their actions sometimes can be against the same people that elect them. So the first 10 days of the extraordinary session of being called by President we came, everyone all work. The last day, the president decided to extend again. So the first 10 days were 1 month. All of us that are entitled to gasoline should are getting 1 month gasoline with additional 1 month pay. That was not done. The second 10-day extension again, and the law says for every call by the president, we must receive all of our benefit before we sit. So the first 10 days we didn't get benefit. The second 10 days is about to elapse. Now, when the president will call the legislature, there are provisions. Those provisions are the things that the president wants the legislature to pass on. So the second 10 days, those provisions, the most important one and the focus one right now is the confirmation hearing of the Chief Justice Destinate Honorable Musa Deng. The second one is the new LRA boss Destinate Samora Zé Wolokoli. So we saw that if we allow the Senate to confirm these 2 nominees and you dissolve the legislature on Tuesday, what becomes of the Stafford in terms of benefits, the 2-month benefits? So we met at Stafford. We said the only thing we can do, why it's true that people want to turn our action political. We are not political. We're going to prevent the Senate for carrying on those 2 confirmation hearing until they get our benefits. And our benefits that we are demanding, let me allow it to the public and the listening public, that we are demanding 2 months salary, 2 more extra session salary, 2 more extra session gasoline, 5 months gasoline that are not being given as per the past budget because the budget ended December 31st. So in executing the budget, if you are executing the budget correctly, meaning you owe us 5 more gas, we need the 5 more gas. And in the same budget line, our chair pronounced to the staff that he was going to buy 2 buses. You are going to place on the man into the budget to buy 2 buses to take workers home and at the ground of the capital every day. Then in the same budget, our chair elaborate Senate enter an insurance contract with the mutual insurance company.
So hold on, Charlie. Let's take this one by one because there's a lot and I didn't understand everything. Let's start with deployment. You say you have deployed your men. It sounds military.
When I say deploy, meaning we're keeping watch. Because you got some clandestine guys in the Senate. They are still forcing the issue of Samora Wolokoli because we are going to the expiration of the 10 days. So you check me. If they cannot resolve the matter tomorrow by placing our benefits, all of our benefits in our respective accounts, meaning our 2 month extra session gas, the 5 month regular gas in the budget that just elapsed, and the 2 months extra session payment, the 2 buses, and the contract with the mutual insurance. We have benefited from the medical benefit that they gave us. Some have gone to various hospitals. Those monies are being owed by the Senate. They must pay it to relieve a mutual from the deficit. If those things are not settled, if we cannot reach a point to guarantee that they will do those things, there will be no confirmation hearing tomorrow.
Okay, we're having some issue there. Let me welcome. Let me welcome everyone reporter in Monrovia there, Prince Mova. Prince, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, CEO, for welcoming me. It's great to join you once more on this platform. It's been some long time we have not shared the platform together. It's great to to join you this afternoon.
Thank you. So, Mr. Browne, you talk about 1 month pay.
Right.
Okay, let me get to the pay part and then the gasoline. So
not 1 month, 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months. So every month you get
2 more extra sessions.
Right. So every month you get paid, right? You are not arguing about that one. You are getting your regular monthly pay. That is not in
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
The one you are disputing is the president call you back for 10 days. So
10 days first.
10 days first.
Second 10 days.
Right. So the first 10 days, you want your 1 month pay.
We want 2 months paid. Extra section 2 months. The first 10 days were equivalent to 1 month. The extension of another 10 days is equivalent to 1 month. We are not concerned about the working days. We are concerned about the constitutional call.
All right.
Once the president will call the legislature, while they're on their normal break, you call them back for 5 days. You call them back for 6 days. You pay them 1 month of their benefit, including staff of.
So the senators got their 2 months pay, their 2 month extra pay, but you did not get yours.
So let me tell you now and tell the public what happened was when the president decided to call them back, the allotment for that 2 months was 1.3 million. So including gasoline. So what they did, they were brave, wicked, intentionally. They distributed the money in the 1.3 million to among 29 senators. Each of them took 60,000, meaning they added the staffers' benefit to their benefit. What they're hoping on now is they took no money in the first call of the 10 days. So what they're hoping on now is the remaining provisions that the president asking them to carry on, which is the 2 confirmation of the 2 nominees. When they get money, then they will be able to get our money like we living with them, like we got rubber copper to our horses, or the money coming from their great parents' cocoa farm.
So besides
why should we?
So that's for the pay. So what's about the gasoline? So when you come back for 10 days, is the gasoline?
The gasoline.
Is the gasoline?
The gasoline. Yeah, the gasoline part. Those are all. Not all of. It is not all of the staff that are receiving gasoline. You receive gasoline on the basis of your performance or your position in the Senate.
Okay.
So central administration staff, or some of them are taking gasoline. Personal staff in their offices, some of them are taking gasoline. So the 2 more extra sections.
This gasoline is every month you get gasoline.
Every month those are all are entitled to gasoline by law, especially when the budget part we entitled to it.
And what is that?
So
what is that gasoline? How many gallons per month?
Some of us, based on your position, the COS sometimes receive before the harmonization, because see how evil they send their eggs. Prior to the COVID-19, they decided to harmonize our gasoline to 50%. All of us, including senators. When the COVID subsided,
what is that 50%?
They resumed 50%, meaning if you're taking $100 gas, they will cut it down to $50. They have succeeded in that. They have succeeded in that. For me, for my position, before the harmonization, I was taking $260 gas to a month. So now I'm taking $90 gas. So see the disparity there. So the Senate resumed taking gasoline on 100%, and they still giving us 50%. They are taking 100%. We still taking 50%. Then the question is the voucher, the allotment for the gasoline go as 50% across the board. They do not distinguish. Staff of 50% and they take 100%. The voucher go as 100%. When the gasoline come in the billing, then they use the 50% measure on us. They have been going for some time.
So this extra sitting money, it comes to the senators, and the senators give it to you. Why is it not going through the same process that you get it from the bank, just like your pay?
We don't get the gasoline from senators. The procurement director does the distribution along with the internal audit director. The gasoline is like slave. They do a contract for Aminata to supply us gas slaves. So it is all gas slaves that they distribute. So we get it through the procurement and that of the internal audit department. Now, the extra session, we also entitled to 2 more gasoline. The first 10 days and the second 10 days.
Get that from? Where are you supposed to get that extra session gasoline from? From the
it should be provided by the center. It should be provided this time, not from the Senate budget. The regular month gasoline is coming from the Senate budget. But the extra 2 more gasoline should be provided by the central government president. We are who call the legislature by constitutionally.
Right. And when he provides it, does he give it directly to you or give it through the senators?
The Senate department, as you see, the central government runs. So it is the procurement department that is responsible to go after it when the allotment are being sent to the Ministry of Finance with a contract signed through the Ministry of Justice. The Ministry of Finance then Aminata will supply. Then they can raise a voucher or the check and give it to Aminata against the quantity of gas they will give for that period of time.
So what happened this time now that you are not getting your entitlement?
What the Senate cleverly did was, when I told you about the 60,000, they added our benefits, all staff for gasoline and our salary, and plus they are remaining far more gas like in the budget that elapsed. So they took all of those benefits through cash and left us out. So to tell you that they are guilty, since we started our protest, there have been no official engagement with us because the first day of the protest came down that we should form a delegation to go to your office to talk. We said, are you sure when we start our protest, when you call out to your office, you can cajole us. At the end of the day, you will give each person $50. This time, come honor our tree because we got a sycamore tree at the grounds of the capital for which Prince Moreover know. When we go honor that sycamore tree, anything we decide to do, it is what we can do. So what happened was, we said, no, we're not allowing you guys to go free this time. You got about 900 plus staff every day. The first day of the protest, when he saw the crowd, he said, we should go to the office. We said, this time, no, come and speak to us. He refused. So the second day, the place being a political ground, we decided to have an extraordinary sitting with the staff to amend our protestation, to amend. And the amendment was to set additional checkpoints. Now, if you go to the Capitol building, we got 3 checkpoints. We got checkpoint 1, checkpoint 2, checkpoint 3. In the amendment, we said we don't want to see any senator on the ground of the Capitol. Day 2, we started that, which was on Friday. And I can assure you, Mr. Jar, day 2, we didn't see senator. We started checking in their offices, and we saw Senator Henry Tokpa reporting out. We saw Senator Boto Kane from Bapolo reporting out. We saw Senator Senior Boyman Taylor reporting out, and they all were displaced at the UL campus for some time. Then they begin to.
When you say you put them out, what are you doing? Are you physically dragging them out of their office? How are you putting them out?
No, we just ask you out. You refuse to go call you roll. Why you think the layman they should call roll? People who embezzle money, people who don't speak for people, people who don't advocate for people, people who group people benefits and eat it. We boo at you because we got no more trust and confidence in you. So when we tell you leave the place and you say no, we call you roll, we beat drum behind you. We did it to Senator Morris Setuma, who is the chairman on Wade Me and Finance. He's not a good guy. Over the years, everywhere Setuma works, there will be money saga on your head. So he's the chairman on Wade Me and Finance and Budget. Our fear is if we don't speak for our money this time, if we don't protest for our money, if Setuma confirms Samora Wolokoli and Vani Shemo confirms Councillor Musa Ding, Tuesday you dissolve the 54th legislature. Who do we go to when Setuma is not re-elected? Who do we go to for our benefits? By Tuesday, Setuma will not be senator for the Republic of Liberia. He will not be chairman for Ways, Means and Finance again. Because the bombing people deny him on the basis of poor performance, on the basis of performing dismally. So we said no.
Thank you. I want to bring in Prince because if I tell you I understand, I'm very new to most of the things you are explaining how the payment works. So Prince will help me in this direction because it's like people get a lot of free things. I mean, you can just take money. Maybe I'm out of Liberia, but my question before I turn to Prince is: are you taking the law in your own hands?
We are not taking the laws in our hand. Somebody will say we impeding.
Yeah,
we are impeding.
You're pulling people out. They are seeking refuge on LU campus So is it that you are taking the laws in your own hands?
We are not taking laws in our hand. Somebody will say we impeding on the legislative function, but we are not impeding. The first thing, if you go to the Bible says the evil a man dogs, it left after you. Now they have been eating our money, but the other money now is like crack baby. The baby cannot digest. You have crack baby and the baby can digest. So what we are saying, every law that cover a lawmaker, being it from the House of Representatives, being it from the House of Senate, it cover the workers. It cover the workers. Where somebody will say, "Oh, you pleading legislative function." I can. A son of a legislator, he plead on legislative function. So what we are saying, the laws that cover them, they cover us. So over the time, we are not being violating the law. Our action is constitutional. Is it not true that extra sessions are being paid for? Is it not true that the budget have elapsed, the budget have ended, and they owe far more gas? Is it not true that they gone budget, there were money placed in the budget for 2 buses for the staff of the Librarian Senate? Is it not true that the Senate is owing mutual insurance company for 6 months, medical benefit that staff are benefited through a signed contract by the Senate and mutual insurance?
Prince, let me bring you in for you to help
And
me.
that is legitimate. What we need to do, Mr. Jar, is to tell the Senate what you need to do to get Prince Moruba to go to the Senate and take our legitimate consent to them while they are not legitimate. If they are not legitimate, then we in violation of the law.
Yeah,
Nobody should politicize the issue of our benefits.
The concern could be
Nobody is above the law.
The concerns are, from what you are saying, the concerns could be legitimate, but the process you are taking, the action you are taking, is that action legitimate?
Right. The Constitution says when the citizens are disenchanted, they can assemble and have a peaceful set-in actions to draw the attentions of those that are affected the citizen. So instead of them coming to us, they feel guilty of what they have done. So we are not going to relent. Every time when they come to engage us, they will say we should remove the roadblock. Then the 2 nominees will be in their respective car, air condition on, they waiting. Just in case we remove the blockade, then they go and do the confirmation here. They are so concerned to complete the provision for which president we are called them, but they are not concerned of addressing the issue of our benefits. So we are clear. We don't have confirmation power. We are employees. It is the Senate that has confirmation power as per the Constitution. But what we are saying, what are the confirmed do, the confirmed kiado, it is not our problem. Our problem is the Constitution, Article 18 of the Librarian Constitution states equal work, equal pay. Yeah. While we will work for 10 days, called by the president, we can get money. While we work for another 10 days, called by the president, we can get our money. While the budget have been passed into law, a legal instrument by the legislature, in execution of the budget have expired. What happened to our allotment that were in place in the budget, the 5-month gasoline allotment? Are those things not legitimate? Benefits that should have been given your staffer, they can't get it and the budget have ended. What happened to the issue of the 2 buses? How much money we making that we pay our own way back and forth every day to go to work? The 2 buses, should we say we should leave it like that? The public, including you, Mr. Jar, your John also know the money placed in the budget for the 2 buses, where it went. Abache and Morris Setuma may have eaten no monies. On the basis of Setumani, there will be no accountability. We are not talking about opposition or whosoever telling us to carry on protest, because Liberia is too political. People don't look at constitutional issues, people don't look at legal issues. Every little thing that have constitutional bearing, they will want to politicize it that, because the new government coming in, this, that. Then, Mr. Jar, hypothetically, let's leave all of what is happening. If the Senate don't address our concern, then you go to dissolving the 54th legislature. But the incoming government, along with the outgoing government, constituted a transition team. Then we want to outline that there will be future threat to some of the constitutional activities to come pretty soon, like next week Monday. If the Senate through the transition team cannot intervene, wherein the vice president-elect is a member of the Liberian Senate, and they all go to executive sessions and they take the actions against us, including the vice president-elect in the Senate, including Senator Prince Johnson, including Senator Nyomli Kanga Lawrence, Darius DeLong. If the problem cannot be solved, and you dissolve the 54th legislature, there are still future risks. Some of the future risks are there will be no opening of the legislature, meaning there will be no protein election on next week Monday. There will be no speaker election on next week Monday. Our protest will extend that far. Then one of the future embarrassment again will be on the 22nd will be the inaugural activities for the vice president-elect, who is a sitting senator that refused to give our benefit. We will not allow any inaugural program at the grounds of the Capitol. Whosoever grouping that hearing our voices or hearing our voice, they must ensure that they settle us so that the future activities will go on. Trust me, Mr. Jar, I can assure you, if the Senate cannot settle down to meet our demand, those constitutional demand that we got, there will be no opening of the legislature on the 15th. Nobody will put one flare up on the ground. There will be no protest election. So there's a future warning that go to those that expect to be protest, that go to those that expect to be inaugurated, who cannot exonerate themselves from this problem. Because normally there is hopeful, protest hopeful, is a member of the Liberian Senate currently.
Yeah. So
you got Jeremiah Kpaku, the vice president-elect. He's a member of the Senate currently.
Yeah.
So this is a warning. There's a parable that says the falling of the dry leaf is a warning to the raw one.
Yeah. So, Mr. Browne, don't the Senate Staffers Association? I mean, I was there when you were leading the song George We Are Go, right? The staffers to endorse President-elect Bouakai. So you have don't you think you put yourself in this political position and then people are trying, and this is a payback?
I don't think it's a payback because Mr. Jao, you need people with the heart like me. Prince Moluba will tell you who I am. The interest of the people, there are consequences in the future. Meaning, for me over the years, I've been very robust when it comes to the issue of the welfare of the staffer. Even the protest, people telling me, my man, we can negotiate with you, give you money, allow the confirmation to go on. I just consider it as a joke because you got 900 plus staffers, somebody go and give you $5,000, you compromise their interest. There are consequences awaiting you in the future. So what I can assure you, we remain on compromise, we remain on bending until the people can get their benefits. Prince is there. My consistency over the years on the basis of transparency. If I were not transparent, if I were a leader that people can easily be brave, then meaning I wasn't going to have control on the ground of the Capitol. Tomorrow, check the Capitol building. You will see women in their red t-shirts and black jean trousers. You will see men in their red t-shirts and black jean trousers. That's a dress code for the protest for our benefit. We're not going to relent. The other day, we were intimidated by Senator Morris Setuma by calling the police on us. And then we told the police, the father and the son cannot be making pala in their whole police car. You please leave from here. Police left. It didn't stop there. Senator Sir Joseph called.
Let me bring in Prince. Prince, you are in Monrovia. You've been covering this story. What are you hearing from the senators? What are they saying? Because according to Mr. Browne, some of them were seeking refuge at LU. What are the senators saying? What reason are they giving for the staffers not getting their benefits? And what are they going to do about this?
Thank you so much. Let me say answer to Charles Browne. Well, it's a great thing to have Charles on the show tonight because myself, I'm wondering what's going to happen tomorrow. Well, the senators have not said anything. I mean, since in fact, the protest started on Thursday. It continues up to Friday. They were not able to have access to their offices, and then some of them parked their cars in the UL fence. The child said, I've heard from some of them, I mean, insider information we gathered, that it is an embarrassing situation because actually the money allotted for the extra setting was paid. There was a voucher raised, and the payment was done through the procurement office, not procurement, but the control, the controllers office of the Senate. But what happened is that the senators use the money with the hope, they found out of it with the hope that when the confirmation is done, whatever comes from there will be given to the staff or the staff. Now that the protest is preventing the confirmation of the president nominees, it is a difficult situation that the senators have found themselves in. And so, with a specific question, what are they saying? As it relates, senators even have not answered us. Since the protest started, we have placed calls to them, the protein office, the office of the chair on Ways, Means and Finance, and other friendly senators. But they have refused to speak to us on record. But it is, I mean, it is been said that the hope was that when the confirmation are heard, and then the nominees are confirmed, money could have come from there for that confirmation. It would have been used to pay the staff at the Senate. That is the situation. And they see they also go to the House of Representatives. As we speak, the House of Representatives staff are also planning similar thing. If the money cannot be paid on Friday, I got an intel from the Speaker's office that the Speaker has spoken with them that they're going to pay them for 1 month, so they can allow the other 1 month to go. That is the information from the side of the House of Representatives. But the question you're asking, Charles, why the money is not being paid? What happened, CEO, is that when the president calls the legislature back, I mean, there is a special, budget that is raised from the Senate to the Minister of Finance. When our budget is raised and developed into a check, they go to the finance, to the controller's office. The controller makes that the Minister of Finance does that disbursement to the Senate's account through the office of the Senate controller or a controller office. That is how those payments are done. Vendors are providing gas slave for the staffers, their own check is being raised and paid to them, Senate's office. But with my experience with this government, like I was asking Charlie last time when I had an interview with him, my experience is that each time they have extra sitting, the staff of the legislature cannot receive pay. They will have to go either to protest or something like that. And so with this experience, I'm just wondering what will happen from tomorrow to Tuesday, because by law, the 54th legislature tenure ends on Tuesday. Then on the 15th, the 55th will be taken over, at which time the House of Representatives will have the Speaker elections and so on. So that is the inside source that we're getting from the legislature, that the money is not actually there, even though it was paid by government, but it was allegedly used by the senators. We don't know how true is that information, but those are information we're getting from the Senate.
Normally, when we have roadblocks and all those things at the Senate, the state will send the police to disperse them. Why has there been no police action? Is it that they agree with the aggrieved staffers?
Yes, so that is another thing myself. I've been looking at, like I was asking Charge in the interview, because the legislature, I am aware the other protest Charge and colleagues had, the police came and dispersed them, and the roadblocks were removed. So that is where you got to have a critical of the situation, whether it has some political undertone or the senators have resolved that we run these people, there's no way to call the police to disperse them. Because for the senator to have just succumb to the starvers' demand for 2 days, no senators could cross that place with a vehicle. No senators could sit in their office. So I don't know why up to now there have not been any meeting with the starvers. So maybe with those actions justify the allegation that the money was paid by the government and it was eaten by the senators.
So Charles, so
Right.
far, when the police came, you told them, hey, this is inside Palava, so you'll leave. And they respected that. I mean, what is the rapport with the police and other law enforcement officers that they will allow you to block the senators from going to the up-enders just like normal? What's going on here?
It's not about a rapport. There are laws that cover the legislature. You cannot just invite police like that. There are procedure. We got a sergeant and department, and the both houses got their own internal security. But how can you people perform when the actions they were also affected? So the first day of the
Thank you. We have a problem here. I think, and Prince, what I want us to talk about and for Charles to talk about is, the way forward. What if this is not resolved?
Yes, and also
at the VE to set it up. Because who did that picking do stupid thing?
you have to meet charge.
Right. So, Prince, what is the way forward? How we get out of this?
Yes, so I think Charles needs to answer that question, because myself, I'm looking for this way forward, because tomorrow and day after tomorrow is the only time the faithful legislature has to conduct businesses. And by law, their function been impeded upon for 2 working days. Thursday and Friday, they didn't work. And the president has nominated 2 nominees. Those were some of the reasons for which the president called them back for the extra 20 days we're talking about, which is also 2 months, because the Lebanon law says when the president calls the legislature back, whether they work for 6 days, 2 days, 3 days, is calculated as 1 month. So since they were called for
their own laws, and this I must be honest, this is my first time hearing this, and it's mind-boggling that
it is.
For people. I see why everybody is running for the Senate or the House. I mean, you get 60,000 for 10 days. For 20 days, you get
for 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days.
For 3 days. That's it. That's the law. That is the reason why they always love for the president to call them back. Because when the president calls them back, it is by law. Whether they call them for 1 week, whether for 2 weeks, whether for 1 month, whether for 10 days, they must be paid 4 months' salary. All their benefits and salary, but that is allowances and gasoline allowance and everything that comes with it. So okay, so if you ask what's the way forward,
Prince, the one I don't understand, where are they going and they're calling them back? They on vacation or where are they?
They are on vacation. They are on vacation because they had 3 times sitting in a year. 3 times sitting in a year. So each of the sitting when it ends, when the president has an agenda to implement or to pass on, he calls the legislature back. If he does that, it is by law that he pays them for the time he calls them back.
Let me.
So that's how it works.
Don't spoil my Sunday, yeah. So, Mr. Browne, thank you for coming back. So, I don't want to keep you too long. So, what is the way forward? Let's say for any reason your demands are not addressed until after Tuesday, because then the senators they will be replaced, right?
Yeah, Mr. Jah, the way forward will be continuous protest up to the 15th. If it cannot be addressed,
what if you don't get your money?
Then we wait for the inauguration. We wait for the inauguration because the inauguration, the vice president elect is a member of the Senate. He part of the damage cost. The vice president elect is a ranking member of the Senate. On the 15th, Monday, the chairperson rule all our administration will be the presumptive speaker. I mean, a protein. Senator Nyomdi Kanga Lawrence, she part of this plan. There have been no meeting that she attend.
If the issue is not resolved after inauguration, what else do you do?
But the issue will be resolved. You just give it tomorrow to Tuesday. Let me tell you one thing. This is just the Senate, right? Let's wait. If they don't pay up to Tuesday, the House of Representatives will be joining us. That's a huge number you're talking about. And what makes this very risky, it will be desperate. The benefits, staffers that they are lawmakers make up in terms of being re-elected. They are part. This is their last more in terms of benefit. So the staffers that their representative were not re-elected, the staffers that their senator were not re-elected are more desperate than us because they're going on a job, right? So they are waiting for this benefit to go and establish with their family until they can find something. But if they cannot address it, this is why we call it on the transition team. Because the essence of constituting the transition team was to make sure resolve things that will not be done by this government. They must make sure that everything is being settled down, completed before you urge the new government in. So what we're saying, if you don't pay the money or give our benefit from now to Tuesday, the House of Representatives will be joining us. They are about 1,000 plus. Will be joining 900 plus. Then if we threaten, we from the legislature threatening the inaugural. The CDC people that are talking about disrupting the inaugural program. That's a huge thing you're talking about. So when I talk about future threat, this is the future threat I'm talking about. So what they need to do all they can.
Do you have any legal recourse? Do you have any legal recourse? Do you have a way to resolve this? Any way you can maybe sue somebody or go to court? Any legal recourse?
We don't have no. We're talking about immediate action. You're talking about legal means. That senator then you care to court. The people who can violate their own laws. So what we are saying, this is the only legal means we got. Like Prince said, if these people knew that our action is illegal, why the police cannot come to shoot tear gas? Why the police cannot come to shoot tear gas when we defy them?
The police agree with you. That's what you're saying.
If the police come to shoot tear gas or any force come from east or from outside, we resist. That our ground there, we will damage things, we throw stone, and everything will go in the Senate head. Because you owing us.
That would be
you owing us.
That would be violent.
So no, what we're saying, we are peaceful, right? Calling on them to give our benefit. Then you send police. You two going to say that the police beat on us? You two going to allow them to beat on us for our just cause? So there are senators who know that what they did is wrong. You go in and respected chat rooms. See those comments. Prince Johnson came and got down from a car. He said, I told him to get a staffer benefit the LA. So your protest, he called a staffer to join us. Senator Prince Johnson said, we air your benefit. Some of told them we tired. So all my staffer then you join your protest for your benefit. Representatives calling us, sending their staffers to us. I'm telling you that tomorrow, it will not be easy on the ground like Capitol. It's not just easy to disperse up on the grounds of the Capitol because there are too many entrances in the Capitol. And we understand all the little routes. Okay, you take the roadblock, then we go to the session. We go upstairs to the session door, to the chambers door. We hold the door, no confirmation. We disturb the entire bailey. Police able to pull all from the bailey. So it's a serious issue. This is not an issue for somebody to say you bring in police to intimidate us. Because they are constitutional. We are not going outside of the Constitution. The president called up by normally is by law. Even when Taylor was president, Taylor used to call the legislature by the way paid. When Ellen was president, honor president, we are today. There was extraordinary session that he received a benefit. So why are those constitutional provisions gone? They said now people must tell us say the president called the legislature, but the president have not paid the legislature. Mr. Jai, you believe that? That the law said when you call the legislature, you must pay before they even sit? The law said pay all the benefit before the people can start doing what you call them for. Under this time, under Abacha leadership will tell me that the president say they must perform the duty, meaning the provision you wanted to pass on before the money come. Well, who can believe that? Who can believe that? The daily last month, like I told you.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you so much. I want to, because Prince, you want to come in because I want Charles to give his closing comments. So go ahead, Prince.
Yeah, just one question. One question for Charles. I asked a question the last time when I conducted the interview. I want to ask it on this platform. Charles, the last time, I mean, you had similar action, but you told us that the pro tempore call you instead of pay your full benefit and pay each of you $50 each. Why did you receive that money, knowing fully well it doesn't even reach 80% of your benefit for the other extra session the president called before the elections? Why you receive that money? Okay. Why you receive $50 from the pro tempore instead of receiving your full benefit for that extra session that time? Why you accepted it?
We received the money because we completed the work and we could not get our money. So we decided to stage the same peaceful action. The president pro tempore called all upstairs. In an explanation, he said the president did not call them. Look at what kind of fake argument. Look at what kind of corrupt ideas. He said they decided to call themselves back. They called on opposition senator, Senator Abraham Dara Dillon, Nyomli Kanga, Lauren Bocha, Prince Johnson, Jeremiah Kuhn. They were at the heat of the campaign when the president decided to call them. When they came after the work, they said they called themselves back. So calling themselves back, no money for the work they came to do to add on presidential instruments. He said, you call yourself back. At the end of the day, he said they were going to do something for us. Instead of getting 1 month, the president pro tempore was brave to get us $50 each, pretending like the money from a park cocoa farm. Because giving people money like from a park cocoa farm is why you will just get them $50 when you decide at your will. But the taxpayer money, you took it, you call yourself back, then you get each type of $50. That was evil, it was satanic, and it must never be repeated. Those are not the tradition and norms of a nationalistic leader. They must stop those things. So this time, yeah.
Who are the senators you get in your corner because you clearly supported all the staffers they endorsed JMB? You were thinking George Weago. Do you have Senator Dillon, for instance, Senator Kanga, Senator Borchas, Senator Commander Wisse? Do you have all these people in your corner, supporting you for this? And why? If you ask
me today, how I feel about those people you just named, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed on ground that all of what we agitating for. They are part and parcel of the planning process. They always meetings. Why they cannot come out to speak that, oh, we met and we told the pro tem or the leadership to do this, XYZ. No explanation.
But
no explanation.
Did they eat your money too? Or they Senator?
What do you happy? What? Unless you call in and ask him whether you received the money. The only thing they will tell you, say they call themselves by with Senator Dillon Ebano campaign to come work for Joe. We are free. In fact, when we stage the protest, Meton tell you, may all to understand that if you will leave Sino to come to Capitol building, and people say they call themselves by on the business of coming to work free, he said, no, we didn't call ourselves by the president, call back. At the end of the day, we the staff did not get. But you think in your son, man, Mr. Jar, normally were at the heat of campaign. The second time, which is the runoff, the vice president-elect, Jeremiah Kuhn, at the heat of the campaign. You won't tell me they were brave to abandon those campaign activities to come and work for president. We are free on the basis of executing president. We are agenda being put before them.
So the one,
no.
So if the other senators, let's say if the CDC senators are not giving you your money, why the senators you support, they can give you the money?
But it's not about CDC senator. It's not about opposition senator. It's about the decision of the entire Senate to take our benefit and add it to them. Like I told you from the beginning of the discussion that the allotment for this extra section, the 2 more, was 1.3 million. That was being said on Spoon Talk. Samora Wolokoli raised the budget approved by the Minister of Finance. Now, 1.3 million for the extra section. What a day. Right. So the 1.3 million, including the the distributed loan money amount on the 9th senator, each of them took 60,000 US.
So what I'm saying.
So what I want to do now.
What I'm asking you now is, why would, for example, Senator Nyombli Kanga take the 60,000 too? Why she didn't say, okay, from my 60,000, this is the one for the staffers who are giving the staffers then their own money from my 60,000, because I don't. All of it is not for me.
We don't believe them. We don't trust them. Where was Senator Nyombli Kanga Lauren? Where was Senator Dillon when Abache gave us $50 for the first setting that they call themselves back? My argument to you, the logic I'm pushing, I want you to look at. Could the opposition senator a Browne section to come and work for We Are Free?
I don't think so. So are you as staffers, are you withdrawing your support from the people you endorse? Because if they are part of the people who are not giving you the money.
No, what we are saying, and trust me, even the Joseph Numa Boaka that we voted for, the expectation in terms of change, if we don't see it, the same thing will follow a government. We will not be afraid. We are not afraid. We made him. We get president. We are one time on the basis of a performance. And the more watchful pricing in the entire process should be the vice president elect. He's a young man. Boaka may go one term or not. We don't determine. But you, vice president elect, you are a young man. You got more to do. Then you in the Senate, you see the kind of immediation on the same Liberian poll against Joe. We are one term. Why a role? Saying we being agitating for our just benefit. What the vice president role? Who might not be inaugurated on the basis of the outstanding issues if they are not settled. You know why me on the 22nd, you waiting for inauguration and people throwing stone all around in the grounds of the Capitol, police putting tear gas. That's a bad beginning of the government. What will happen on Monday, where he's supposed to perform constitutional issues by hosting the 15 flags, by hosting the House of Representative flags, and then you see people on the rampage on the basis of constitutional benefits. Should we say on Monday we must be throwing school? Should we say the Capitol building ground should be with smoke of tear gas before people go and conduct, or it should be a place for jubilation that day? But if these things are not settled, trust me, Mr. Jar, the future embarrassment will be executed. Will be executed to the letter. And pretty soon, if they allow it grow long, there will be a standard forces from outside to join our Capitol to execute those future issues we're talking about.
What do you mean by standard forces?
Meaning there are groupings. For example, if they don't settle us, you don't know that the seditions are planning that they will have a protest on the day of the inaugural. So if we on the ground cannot protect them, we cannot protect, meaning to reject them coming in. If we accept, they join us. You know the force there. So this is a thing growing. This is a viral. If they don't kill it now, it will come a time. It will become a watcher poo in yellow leaf that it cannot be whole any longer.
I think we will stop there because we don't want more. Mr. Charlie, thank you so much for your time.
So to conclude, I'm calling on the transition team.
Hold on, Charlie. I want to get your conclusion on this. First of all, because I asked you whether you have any other attempt besides, because you are on this protest action blockade and throwing stones and all that, whether you have anything else that you will do besides those kind of...
No, we have not started throwing stone here with people. We only throw stone if the police come to...
So I want you to conclude with that. I want you to conclude on the way forward.
Let me just conclude. That I can assure you that our doors are open to sit with anybody that will come to negotiate as to how we're going to get our benefits. We are calling on the transition team. Yesterday, they went in to do an assessment. We put in outside. because the inaugural will be at the Capitol building ground. You see all of the trees that they cut, they are parking there. All of the dike, they clean the buildings around, they are parking there. The truck's supposed to come and start removing them. Yesterday, the king, we put them outside. So they need to meet with the government, meet with the Senate leadership to ensure, sit with us to see how we're going to get our benefit. We're calling on the American embassy, we're calling on the European embassy, we're calling on ECOWAS to come in. We're calling on all of civil society organizations in the country to come in because this is a viral. They should not allow this viral to grow up to the 22nd. We're calling on all peaceful Liberians from the 15 counties to tell their senator those money that they took and put in their respective account, they need to retrieve those money, they need to withdraw those money and see how they can settle us. If not, I am also calling on the vice president-elect and the president-elect, the president that we voted for and the vice president that we voted for, to get involved into this issue so that we can get our benefits. Let me re-outline those benefits for the public, for the benefit of the doubt. Those benefits that we claiming, they are 2 months extra sections salary, 2 months extra section gasoline, 5 months regular gasoline of the budget that have elapsed, 2 buses that were being placed in the budget pronounced by Abache for staffers, and the payment of the insurance company medical benefits for 6 months, for which we utilize. Those are our claim. Those are our benefits that we're agitating for. Anything outside of that law to see how you're going to do the payment, we will not accept it. We remain resolute this cause. It even cause some of us to die, not to get those benefits. We will die, but we will not relent. We remain resolute, and I remain committed. The issue of Browne is unacceptable. You must place our money in our respective accounts. If not, the protest continue. And trust me, Mr. Jah, please send your reporter there tomorrow. You will see the red t-shirts, the black jeans. And in fact, we're going to amend. When we meet tomorrow again, we'll have a short session and allow some additional amendment into the protest like we did on Friday with the inclusion of new amendments. Thank you. God bless us and save Liberia.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. And we'll be reaching back to you after the 15th and also after the 22nd to talk more. Prince, your closing.
Thank you, CEO, and thank you so much. Okay, like you were saying, myself, I wonder how our laws were crafted, because to see leaders who are even paid more than the staff in the offices, and when the president calls them, but the president pays them handsomely, we resolve, to taking their staff's money and can't pay them on time, and they just work for 10 days. 10 days twice makes it 2 months, and they can't pay. It's just unfortunate. But I hope that the Senate leadership and and others will be able to call charge tonight or early tomorrow morning, so that you can talk to your guys to avoid further embarrassment. Because obviously speaking, this will cause embarrassment for us if nothing is done. Because I was there, I saw what happened there. Other people came in who try to do counter protesting, and I mean, if there were plenty, it would have been chaotic. So I hope that the government through the Liberian Senate will see need to pay their money, and so that we can have a smooth transition, because on the 15th we're going to be there to see the 54th leaving the legislature, while the 55th is coming in, and we're going to be it's supposed to be a colorful event. But anything that will cause protest from the staffers there, we not show good sign for that. So we hope that the Senate leadership listen to the crowd and answer to what they're saying, because they have not reached out to us. So it means that what the staffers are actually saying is true.
Thank you, Prince. I want to thank Charles again. I want to thank our viewers for watching. We're going to be following up the story. Prince is going to be at the Capitol tomorrow to bring you the details. Until then, we close with our song that says, "We are all Liberians." Have a good night and have a good day, and God bless you.
We are Labira. Labira is our home. Labira people. Labira.